Pepsi just announced a drastic change to its diet soda recipe. They're getting rid of the controversial artificial food additive aspartame, and instead the new recipe will include it's a different sweetener, the one used in Splenda. But will the change send Diet Pepsi lovers running? Here now with me, Dr. Philippa Cheetham, a cancer specialist at Winthrop University Hospital, and branding expert and author Martha Pease. So ladies, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Aspartame. I mean, is this a huge, huge deal that they are now taking this away? I think of aspartame, maybe it's because of all the indoctrination, all the noise. I think this is this evil, evil thing that's put in sodas. Is it?
It's actually not, Brooke, but it's a great question. I think there's so much perception. I mean, aspartame's been around since 1965 when the chemist first discovered it by licking his finger after trying to discover a drug for ulcer treatment. And he licked his finger was sweet, and that was
so we've been drinking ulcer treatment sweetener. Well,
I don't think that drug ever actually got into the general use. But the important thing to say, it's been around for over 50 years. And no human study has ever showed that aspartame is not safe. And all this mass hysteria that came about was off a very small study in the 70s looking at rats and some possible health issues related to hugely toxic doses of aspartame, way, way higher than anything that was ever taken in human ingestion.
So then why would, to you, branding expert, why would Pepsi then make such a drastic change? And I imagine along with that change something about the can. I don't know if this is going to be a massive change in branding, but they're going to have to say, I'm sure they'll want to say, aspartame free.
Well, this is a category where people's perceptions are really hard to change. And so changing a fundamental ingredient and making news out of it is a really important way to get people's attention back on the product. Aspartame in and of itself, changing that ingredient, doesn't have a lot to do with the overall composition of the product. But what's been happening is the core users, the core drinkers of Diet Pepsi have told Pepsi, we don't like this ingredient in our product, and if you change it, we're less likely to choose some other soda. We're more likely to stay with Pepsi. That's the message that we're getting with the Diet Pepsi.
Quickly, because I was curious, I was talking to my team this morning because I swore off soda, years ago, although you hand me a bag of Sour Patch Kids and you won't be getting them back. That's my advice. But as far as people drinking soda, the average American drinks 25% less of such drinks than since the late 90s when he or she drank an astonishing 40 gallons a year. Wow, that's from UNC. So as far as numbers, do you think, though, with Pepsi doing this, despite what you're saying about aspartame, do you think other soda manufacturers will follow suit?
I think they probably will, and this sucralose is perceived to be safer. I mean, huge numbers of studies have been done on that as well. And, it's a big issue. I mean, the perception is this aspartame. Studies have looked at the oncological, the cancer effects, the reproductive effects, the neurological effects on nerve function and brain damage. We know it's safe, but the perception is aspartame is out and sucralose is perceived to be better, so I think they will follow suit.
My executive producer, who just got in my ear, who has apparently just started drinking quite a bit of Diet Coke, Eric, I'm calling you out, would like to know how much is too much a diet soda per day?
Well, it's a great question, and we know that with aspartame, the safe limits are if you are drinking less than 21 cans a day, then that's what the FDA
Less
says.
than 21 cans?
It's absolutely crazy. So
give me a real number.
We know that everything in moderation is important, but you're going to have to drink a lot of diet soda to exceed what is deemed the safe FDA level.
Okay, I think later I might have to tell him that you really said 2. Dr. Philippa Cheetham and Martha Pease, thank you both very much. I really appreciate it.